On August 2025, the Taiwan Strait, only 120 miles wide, yet one of the most contested waterways on the planet. For centuries, it's been a maritime crossroad, but today it's the artery that keeps the modern world alive. 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductors move through here. The chips that power iPhones, satellites, AI servers, and defense systems. A disruption wouldn't just be a regional issue, it could paralyze global technology, choke energy supplies, and send shockwaves through Wall Street and beyond. At sea, the USS Ronald Reagan, a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier weighing over 100,000 tons, moves steadily forward. Its flight deck is a fortress of steel where stealth F-35 Lightning Roman IIs and F/A-18 Super Hornets wait with engines ready. The Reagan doesn't sail alone. Arleigh Burke-class destroyers form its shield, their Aegis radar able to track threats hundreds of miles away. Nearby, the cruiser USS Robert Smalls acts as the nerve center, coordinating missile defense and surveillance, but China is watching. The Shandong, Beijing's pride, sails with its own air wing, J-15 fighters, and even J-20 stealth jets flying escort. Around it, Type 055 destroyers and 052D frigates scan the seas like a wall of electronic eyes. Two fleets, mirror images of power, stare across the strait. Neither side fires, neither side leaves. For Washington, this is about the freedom of navigation, proving that no nation can control the world's busiest trade routes. For Beijing, the strait is its doorstep, a line of sovereignty no outsider should cross. Both sides understand the risks. Both sides refuse to blink. Among the thousands of sailors and aviators, individuals carry the weight. LT Colonel Michael Viper, a Lawson 35, an F-35 pilot with more than 100 missions in the Middle East, now faces the most dangerous skies of his career. In his cockpit, taped to the side of his display, is a photo of his wife and 5-year-old daughter. On the other side, Captain Zhang Y, 31, a J-20 squadron leader, carries his own burden. His orders are simple: shadow the Americans, maintain pressure, but don't fire first. Both men know that a single misjudgment could change history. 7:10 p.m. The skies above remain blue and quiet, but inside radar rooms, the war has already begun. The USS Robert Smalls detects a faint return, a Chinese J-20 climbing high at 35,000 feet, aimed directly at the Reagan. In Lawson's cockpit, alarms blare. His heads-up display flashes red, enemy lock detected. He knows exactly what it means. Somewhere in the darkness of his radar cross-section, a missile could already be tracking him. He forces himself calm. Stay cool. This isn't war yet. He whispers, activating countermeasures to blind the enemy's lock. Zhang, in his J-20, holds the lock. 3 seconds. 4. The unspoken gentleman's rule is never more than 2. But pressure from command pushes him further. His commander's voice crackles through his headset. Keep the lock, push them, make them feel it. Meanwhile, the ships below wage their own invisible duel. Chinese destroyers crank their radar to maximum power, sweeping every inch of sky and sea. U.S. vessels capture those emissions, feeding them into intelligence archives. Every frequency is a puzzle piece for future weapons. Ghost targets begin appearing on American screens, byproducts of Chinese electronic jamming. An officer yells, 12 new contacts bearing east. Are they real or spoofed? Nobody knows. Underneath the waves, the most dangerous piece of the chessboard stirs. A Chinese Type 039C submarine drifts silently within striking distance of the carrier. A single torpedo could change the night forever. 7:18 p.m. The crisis deepens. From the southeast, a Liberian flagged freighter appears, moving erratically. Its AIS signal flickers, its path cuts toward the U.S. formation. To civilians, it looks harmless, but inside the Reagan's command center, alarms rise. This is no ordinary freighter, it fits the profile of China's maritime militia, civilian, remote-looking vessels carrying hidden military gear. It's a trap. Target it, and Beijing can accuse the US of attacking civilians, ignore it, and the freighter could split the formation wide open. Then the unthinkable happens. The US Link 16-day, the network, the digital lifeline linking every ship and aircraft, suddenly goes dark. 45 seconds of blackout. In modern warfare, that's an eternity. Analysts shout, cyber attack, source matches Red Echo PLA, backed hackers. Lawson's F-35, normally tied into a seamless web of allied radars, is now blind. His screen floods with phantom contacts. What am I even fighting? He mutters, glancing again at his daughter's photo, but China is also stumbling. The Shandong's advanced radar glitches, showing phantom American jets. Confusion spreads on both sides. A chilling question emerges. Is this just US versus China? Or are outside actors, perhaps Russian hackers or rogue groups, exploiting the chaos? 7:25 p.m. The situation teeters on disaster. Yang's J-20 roars past Lawson's F-35 at barely 800 meters, turbulence rattling both jets. A collision here could be indistinguishable from an attack. Lawson pulls hard, his body crushed under 5 gs, sweat dripping down his helmet. Below, the Chinese submarine sends another sonar pulse, now locking directly onto the Reagan. On board a nearby US submarine, the sonar officer reports. They're targeting the carrier. The commander hovers over the torpedo launch key, fingers tense. But orders are clear, no firing unless fired upon. Restraint feels almost impossible. Lawson's radar warning screams again. 5 seconds, 6 seconds locked, need orders. He shouts into his comm. In the Reagan's war room, the admiral stays silent. One word from him could ignite a war. Then, like a match snuffed out, the radar lock vanishes. Zhang cuts the beam. The submarine goes quiet. The freighter holds its distance. The Strait exhales, though the silence feels heavier than gunfire. 7:30 p.m. Chinese jets peel back toward their coastline. The Shandong reduces speed. The US fleet maintains formation. Weapons still armed but easing out of hair. Trigger readiness. Lawson's F-35 lands hard on the Reagan's deck. He rips his helmet off, heart pounding. We made it. He whispers. On the Shandong, Zhang sets his jet down, removing his helmet with a long breath. His report will be clean, but deep down, he knows the truth. They were seconds away. Both fleets retreat, but neither leaves empty-handed. The US harvests priceless data, Chinese radar frequencies, sonar patterns, electronic warfare signatures. Beijing collects just as much American jamming techniques, F-35 maneuver profiles, carrier response times. No shots fired, yet a treasure trove of information has changed hands. 7:45 p.m. Night settles over the Taiwan Strait, but the ripples spread globally. In Washington, the Situation Room reviews the data. One analyst remarks, "We won without firing. Every frequency logged is ammunition for tomorrow." In Beijing, commanders brief their superiors. "We held our ground. The Americans blinked." Both sides declare victory. Both sides prepare for the next round, but the markets tell another story. Shipping insurance premiums spike overnight. Oil futures jump. Tech investors brace for higher costs, fearing even a temporary blockade. Analysts warn that iPhone prices could rise 20%, gasoline 15%. Newspapers across the world sound alarms. The New York Times calls it the most dangerous 5 minutes of the century. Chinese media proclaims the PLA forced the US to retreat. Each side spins its tale, but the truth is starker. For 15 minutes, the world balanced on the edge of catastrophe. And so the question lingers, next time, Will restraint hold? Or will the beeping of a radar and the echo of a sonar mark the start of the war no one can control?